the 2020 debate, Republican and Democrat, Biden v. Trump. That was the craziest, the most chaotic presidential debate that I have ever seen in my life. This was really crazy. I didn't expect it, but I am also very happy that I watched this debate because now I can sit back and expect more. No man, come on! It was embarrassing. It was a lot of you know I don't know where to begin. It was a lot of insult and a lot of rude moments where president was interrupting, was um, I mean, I kind of expected Trump to be like this, but he did cut a lot and was trying to control the narrative. He was trying to control the debate, and there was something that you expect from Trump. And as you can see, the moderator, he was having a very tough day, and to handle somebody like Trump, to handle a debate like that was, I think, was overwhelming. But then, he did ask the right question, and I mean, the question was really good. It was kind of expected, though, that you know that this kind of question would they are today's important issues that are going on, and I'm glad that they that he gave the president and Joe Biden, he gave them something to show the people, show the world why the first one should be continue doing his job for another 4 years, or why Joe Biden should replace them. So that was exciting to see. Um, the questions were really good, as I mentioned it, but was a lot of interrupting. It was crazy. Uh, and some of it was um, kind of really embarrassing, like two grown men, one acting literally like a kid. Some people would see that as a sign of him being the leader, the one that controls, the one that knows uh, what is best for the country. Believe it or not, I did read a lot about Trump's behavior on the debate, and many people did say that he was the leading figure. He was doing what he. Uh, but most of the reviews about this whole thing was really embarrassing, and I agree to that. I didn't expect it, the debate to be. I mean, it was, to me, it was kind of. I mean, you saw the videos. I mean, I was sitting and eating, snacks because it felt like watching stand-up comedy. It was literally, there were like comical moments in the debates where Biden would say something like, "Would you shut up?" and "You happen, man," or when Trump answered, "You gotta be kidding me." Um, but the shocker at the end of the debate. I don't know why Donald Trump had such a hard time to denounce and condemn the white supremacists. I mean, I don't, I, I mean, I haven't never heard Donald Trump saying, "I condemn the white supremacists. I condemn the Proud Boys. He didn't. He all he said was stand back and stand by. What the heck does that mean? I mean, English is my fourth language. Okay, it's not my primary language, but when I hear somebody say stand back and stand by, it sounds like to me that you just stand there and wait for me, wait for the sign, wait for the moment. So that's what how I interrupt interpret what Donald Trump said, and that was really scary. Like seriously, you're the president. I mean, is it hard to say that I denounce or condemn uh, the white supremacist act? I mean, this you did say in Charlottesville back in 2017 they were good people on both sides. Really, the same people that shouted Jews will not replace us. They were good people. Okay, that I mean, I, I think I think the only reason Donald Trump is not condemning and denouncing the white supremacists is it because he has a huge fan base that is that share same similar thoughts as those people. So that's matter to him that he doesn't want to lose that base, but at the same time, uh, you know, if that was the big fault from Donald Trump that I found it to be really iffy. But Biden had also his moment where first say that he's the Democratic Party, but then later saying that he doesn't have. I mean, he didn't say exactly like that that he doesn't have power over the governors that of Democrat-controlled states where there are this protesting and violence, riots, things like that. But I don't. I mean, Biden has said that anyone who acts violently should be punished by the law, but he hasn't really uh, condemned or said that we, as in the Democratic Party, denounce or don't support this or whatever. Like it feels like in some areas that Democrats wants that to be the way it is, which is chaos. I guess you can say that they did manage with what the debate was chaos. But I didn't like the way Trump was keep cutting and cutting and interrupting and saying things and he I think that in some areas I honestly didn't expect it Joe I didn't expect Biden to be uh, this. I thought he would roll over. I thought that Donald Trump would really like step on him. Like I really expected that. I thought that Donald Trump was going to eat him. But there were moments in the debate that felt like Donald Trump is actually struggling. Like he like some stuff he didn't respond, that he didn't answer. He was just deflecting and keep going back to his records. Like, okay, you've been president for 4 years, and you cannot take this away from Donald Trump. He has done a lot of great, like he under his leadership, the job market really went up. He did manage to secure business deals with Saudi Arabia, which gave thousands of Americans jobs. He did secure. Um, he did do this deal with the he did mediate between Israel and the Arab states that recognized Israel. That also is a big deal. He did. Uh, as I said, he did create jobs. He did make it so that China would pay more money in taxes and rate, but at the same time, um, he did also some stuff that weren't, um, you know, you have your pluses and you have your minuses, and that's it's a natural thing for a president. I mean, for someone who you do you cannot be perfect in every way. He has his faults. He has also his downfalls, but um, in general, he has done what he when it comes to doing it for Americans, he has done it. But at the same time, he has done really bad things like uh, inciting violence. I mean, with one tweet, he could set thousands of people in motion to do things like burning, looting, rioting, throwing stuff, and he with the photo op. I mean, that was really not necessary. That at that day when that happened, I was like, Donald Trump really want violence. I mean, this is clear that this is not the way to go by. Like you have half of the you have 10% of the country out there and it is burning. Then you're doing photo ops and barricading yourself in the White House in the basement. That was like uh, I don't know what went through his head at that time, but anyway, during the debate, he was referring to some of the stuff he did. I mean, okay, you've done stuff, but now you want to be a president for another 4 years. So what is it exactly that you want to do for another 4 years? You cannot just, you have to give people more. And I get it, coronavirus happens during his presidency, and there is this something that he couldn't control. It's like Barack Obama when he came to power. When he became president, at that time there was this economical crisis that was going on. So it was like, when you when you loan somebody's car, right? So it happens to all of us that sometimes we loan a car from a friend or family member. So you go to your mom and say, "Hey, mom, can I borrow your car?" Yeah, sure. Here, son. So you take the car, you drive it, and what? Everything is working fine. Then at the end of the day, when you're done with the car, you leave it at your mom's place, and you give her car back. So, mom, thank you. Here's the car. Here's the keys. Bye. The next day, your mom is going to drive, and the car is not working. I mean, it's working, but it's barely working. It's out of the gas. Maybe you're gonna change some stuff. I mean, what a mess your son has put you through. So basically, that was the case with Obama when he came to power. Because Bush, he wasn't a really good president. He wasn't. He did start the Iraq War, a war that still now doesn't make any sense. He left the country broken into the hands of Obama. And for the coronavirus thing, you cannot really blame all the things on Donald Trump, but there was some stuff he could have done. And Joe Biden even mentioned that he could have done more testing, he could have done masks, make sure that people follow it because he's the president. If the president is not wearing masks and if he's doubting the mask or doubting his people that are advising him or that are telling him we should do this, you know, but he wasn't really following it. So um, you can't blame coronavirus on him all. The whole thing. Yeah, he did. He could have. I mean, it's very hard to say. Could he have saved more people? I think if he had done more testing, if more testing were done, if people were really following the mask and the advisement, the the they could have. Then when it comes to shutting down the country, whether that is, I don't know. I mean, here in Sweden, we have never been like there was no restriction saying that you're not supposed to go out We have not had that, so I don't know. I don't know how that would have worked if he didn't shut down the country. Maybe the deaths would have been more and more. Maybe it would have been 300 or 400,000 right now. I don't know. Maybe less. But in any way, this coronavirus, I think it also stressed Donald Trump a lot, and he whether he handled it right or wrong, I think the history will judge that. And but sure, yeah, he could have done a little bit more. But yeah, uh, getting thirsty. Sorry. So let's see. I want to give you the home feeling. I don't want to, you know, there is no big editing going on here. So I gathered some articles that I found to be interesting that I wanted to be, so CNN wrote this: Trump has no answer on America's crisis. His debate rage made it worse. Uh, hmm. So, um, actually, I don't know if I picked it. I don't know if this is the right article. No. Okay, maybe this was. Um, yeah, that was actually something I read from the article that caught my eyes. The law and order part, that was actually something I think it was good that Donald Trump threw that at the face of Joe Biden. Yeah, you want law and order, and Joe did actually respond and said, that he's not in favor of defunding the police, but he widened his, that things has to be done the right way, and there was uh, this is the article I actually kind of have so this is from Fox News. Trump presidential debate in Cleveland, top 5 moments. So they have picked 5 moments that they believe is the top, and I don't know if this can be seen as the one moment to be seen as the top 5 moment. Biden and Trump clash on who controlled the Democratic Party. So during the segment of the Supreme Court vacancy, and Trump attacked Biden by saying, uh, when Biden said that he's Democratic Party, and Trump attacked him for that. That is not, there was so many other moments that could. Anyway, I will tell you. We will go through all the fives then. Um, Wallace reminds the candidate who the moderator is. I don't know if this should be. Actually, this could be as one of the moments that people are going to remember from these debates. It's not the title of this segment of the article, but that the both were speaking at the same time, as a viewer and listener, it was kind of a hard to follow and understand what they were saying. So this is actually one of the moments that I would be remembering this long time from now. Like, I remember when you look back at the earlier debates, you always have those moments where you feel like this is gonna stick with me. um, just lost the left. Uh, so this is where also Donald Trump interrupted. Uh, in regards to Biden openly rejecting Medicare for Donald Trump shouted he just lost the left. Um, Actually, about the Green Deal thingy, I think that Biden did say in his website that uh, Green Deal is a crucial element of his campaign. If I'm not mistaken, I have read his website. So this is really kind of it's like going against your own word there. This was actually a very good moment from the debate where Biden was literally speaking to the voters directly to the camera, which, as a listener, no matter who you choose, who you're voting for, who you root for, this was actually something uh, that is very sincere when you're looking at the camera and talking to people, because people will uh, follow, and they get more involved, and they understand better when somebody's speaking to them directly than when you're just talking to someone and yeah, all right, what happened then, like you're looking right at the camera and talking to the people. That is something I didn't really see Donald Trump doing it. um, and he also picked up a line from Donald Trump's earlier interview with the legendary Bob Woodward, where Donald Trump was done playing the coronavirus, and that's not the cause to panic. And Biden says, "Well, you don't panic." Well, he was looking at the camera, and he said that Trump panicked, and Trump replied and warned, "Well, if you had done that, if I panic and shut down the country, then it will destroy America." So, um, clash over mask and shutdowns. Um, yeah, but there are also, this is also a good point. But there were other things that could have easily been, instead of for top five, you could have, this some of these points could have been top seven or eight. But um, one moment that I thought was really important when uh, the moderator asked, what would they do if, you know, who wins? What would they be doing? Like, it was more like, would you give up the power if you lose? And I think that Donald Trump had a very hard time to, I mean, he didn't have that. He didn't show that he was. Um, I don't think Donald Trump thinks that he's gonna lose this election. I think he thinks that he is going to win, and he doesn't. I don't think doesn't Donald Trump knows how to respond to losing. I think losing, uh, he doesn't respond to anything that has to do with losing. So I don't. It's gonna be interesting to see how that would work out. But mail-in ballot, that was an interesting point and question that was asked, and Donald Trump's argument was that the mailman would sell the ballots. Like, really? Who would sell it? Who would buy it? That was like, it was comical moment. Uh, so debate watchers say Biden won first debate, but most felt annoyed. CBS News poll. Okay, so let's see. In the first debate between Trump, so this is the poll that CBS News had done. Um, 48, 41, 48 to Biden, 41 to Donald Trump, and 10 saying tie. Um, okay, so that is, and this is another poll for the tone of the debate was negative, positive. So 83% of the CBS watchers, viewers, were saying that actually it wasn't all positive. It was really the most of it was really negative. Uh, how did the debate make you feel? And 69% said annoyed, 31 said entertained, 19 said pessimistic, and 17% said informed. Okay. Mm, interesting. So, what made you think of debates tonight? Joe Biden, better of him, 38%. Trump, 24%. Worst of him, 32%, 42%. No change, 30, 34. Okay, so this is, okay, interesting. So this survey is based on 1,039 interviews of likely voters. All right. So this is going to be interesting to see the following debates. So this is a BBC article and it goes like this. Presidential debate. Who won the Trump-Biden clash? Ah, love that picture. Will you shut up, man? Oh, that was Donald Trump. He really had that coming. He was keep interrupting the former president, vice president. I mean, if you're debating with someone, you gotta understand the rule of debating. You have to let that person to finish. You cannot just interrupt because that is not that you are not being professional or good debater when you're doing that. It makes you it it makes the other person to feel like that you're actually afraid and you're not having any concrete evidence or facts or even whatever you have to say when that person is done with their time of debating is that you have nothing concrete to come up with, so you're throwing out jabs and throwing out rants and I don't know, things like that to deflect to give the other person, the moderator, the one who's asking question, to ask this different question. That's a tactic of disturb that is being used by people who really don't have anything. When they feel like, okay, I'm losing this, like I have nothing to, like I'm losing, so I have to come up with something, with alternative plan. And I think Donald Trump's alternative plan was to, you know, interrupt uh, uh, Biden, and Biden even called him a clown, which is, uh, Donald Trump did question Biden's intelligence, and Biden calling Trump a clown, which is, But I was surprised at Biden's reaction when Donald Trump was keep, um, you know, uh, snip at him, attacking him, interrupting him, cutting him off, and he would just laugh and shake his hand, which was really, that was, you know, I think Donald Trump was doing it to piss him off because I did read that Biden could have like he had like some sort of temper, but I didn't, you know, he did came out of his character, and will you shut up, man, or a clown? So this is the people um, they file their views. Uh, so this is one of the points of the debates that you would surely remember when you think about his re-election debates, of uh, Trump not condemning the white supremacists, but that Donald Trump did fight back with him accusing Biden with the bill that he helped to incarcerate more black people, and mm, but this stand back and stand by that, that's kind of I mean, it's really not good when you're trying to win an election. I mean, I don't know. People probably still vote for him no matter what. Like even he's like it's people are still gonna vote for him no matter what. That's the I feel. But I hope that people will see that he he has really turned this whole thing in a very negative way where um, when he said before that if uh, if he loses, he wouldn't give up the power, which is really scary. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he would be thinking that Democrat cheated if he loses. That's a fact, and it will be interesting to see how that will develop. So this is what he had to say after the debate. So let's see. Let's update this. So heading to Minnesota today saved Minneapolis after Dem almost left it to be totally destroyed. Biden refused to use the term law and order. There were the so yeah okay let's say he refused that. You refuse to denounce and condemn the white supremacists. I mean, it's like tit for tat. You cannot you know claiming that you're more sensible one when you're not even close. Um, um, so anyway, this whole thing was really it's exciting, but at the same time it was chaotic to watch. So let's see how that would turn out in the later debates because I'm really hoping for a more a better class debate from these two gentlemen because they owe us this. They want to rule. Both wants to rule because, like I said, living outside of the U.S. is really not. I'm not really getting anything from this, but what happens there politically, it does affect us, the rest of the world. So uh, let's see who comes out as victorious. This is just one debate. I would. The biggest shocker to me was from this debate. Um, that Joe Biden, he really impressed me. I really thought he would. roll over for Donald Trump, but he didn't. He did. He had a lot of, he had, he did good, but he didn't do wow, because there was moment he really was about to forget some stuff, so that wasn't really cool. But I get it. He, with the thought about his age and all that, so I'm not gonna hold home for that. But and the other shocker was Trump not denouncing. He actually, I mean, he didn't refuse, but he didn't denounce either. So it's kind of like refusing. So that was a shocker too. Um, but uh, as you Americans emerge outside of the America in international level, I think under Donald Trump's administration, it has gone down a lot, like seriously a lot, because Iran is pretty much doing what they want to do in Middle East, and uh, you have Turkey doing also whatever they want, and there wasn't. I mean, this wasn't happening like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, but now it's happening. So, and the Paris Accord, where Trump got out of that deal for the climate, it's going to be interesting to see the following debates and to see how Trump will be, what both candidates will have to say about that. But in the meantime, enjoy uh, their attacks against each other to the next debate. All right, I have to go now. So